Hi guys, I'm Lalit and in this lab I'm gonna tell you how to use Amazon Elastic Load Balancers to scale applications traffic to the EC2 instances. Basically, you have to know what is an Elastic Load Balancing. I will tell you it is an automatically distributes your incoming application traffic across multiple Amazon EC2 instances. Actually, it detects an unhealthy instances and reroutes traffic to healthy instances until the unhealthy instances have been restored. So the elastic load balancing automatically scales its request handling capacity in response to incoming traffic. So I'm just explaining in this lab. You have to go to AWS EC2 dashboard. Then you have to choose load balancers. We have we are in EC2 dashboard. Yeah, then you can see load balancers. Yes, you can see my existing load balancer, but for your sake, for you guys, I'm just creating an another load balancer. So just click create and then give it a name. I will give DynoStore LB1, and then you can see the load balancer protocols. Keep it as default and then go to next. I'm just selecting my existing groups, security groups. I'm selecting a RDB group and as well web RDB group. These are my existing security groups. Then just configure. Then the next, click next. Then you can see the ping protocol. It should be in TCP, and the port will be 80. And these all keep it default, and then add EC2 instances. Next. Then you can see my instances are running, and just I'm selecting my WebRTP group and RDP group. Yes, then we can add tags. I'm not just adding a tag, so just review and create. Now you can review it. Now you can create. Yes, it's been creating and it's successfully done. Then close. Then you can see my newly created DynoStore LB load balancer. And I'm just telling you that it takes a lot of time to be in service. Actually, it is an out of service because it takes a lot of time due to Amazon Cloud Services. I've paid enough. I've paid a less amount, so it takes a time to me. So I'm just using my existing RDB, existing load balancer for a while. So we are selecting an existing group. Then you can see my in service things. Yes, then you can see my DNS name in description as DynoStore LB, then number, then this thing. Actually, you have to copy the load balancer DNS name and copy it in your local browser tab. Just add it to your local website name, which I've given in Net702 DynoStore, which is in Visual Studio. To the load balancer, I'm just giving my, yes, you can see the IS web page, which is Internet Information Services page. Then you have to add your website name with this. My website name will be lab5. So you can see the DynoStore homepage. Yes, it's done. Now you can log in and you can add things to the cart, and then you can check out. You can see my internal IP address as 172.31.30 and 167. It keeps refresh. If you refresh the page, you can get another internal IP address. Due to have so many RDP groups, so it keeps giving me different internal IP address. So this we are trying to test the load balancer. Repeatedly, you have to refresh the browser page from above and note the internal IP address, which I've said before, of the server page change as the load balancers FABs web servers. You can say in terms of round robin. Then yes, you have changed. Just a second, guys. Loading. Yeah, this you can see my then another internal IP address of 172.31.18 and 0. So we try to remove one of the instances. Basically, you can keep refreshing the pages number of times. You can get a number of internal IP address. So now you have got a number of internal IP address. So the next thing we have to do is we try to remove one of the instances from my load balancer which I've created, and you have to refresh the browser page repeatedly. Note the internal IP address, which doesn't change anymore because you took one of the web servers out of the load balancing configuration. Now we are going to the lab. Now you can try to remove one of the load balancers. Yeah, in my existing instances. These are my instances. I'm just giving removing WebRTB group. Then you click save. Yes, it is in service. Yeah, then the action says from remove from load balancer, then click. Here you can see just one instance because I have deleted all the instances from my load balancer. So by refreshing the web page, we have go to Dynastore web page. Yeah, then you can see the internal IP address doesn't change at all. Yeah, you can see number of times refresh the page, but it doesn't change the internal IP address because the web servers out of the you have taken out one of the web servers during load balancing configuration. Then you want to know about your internal IP address. Then you have to add another web server to your load balancer configuration. By adding each time, you can see the internal IP address are changing. Then thank you for viewing my video. Surely comment my video and thanks for viewing.